What's going on, guys? Phil Daru back again with another video. Today I want to go over my top exercises and movement patterns to help your game in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Whether you're a grappler or just a regular Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner or just a fighter in general, this is going to help you out when you're talking about making sure that you're strong and stable inside somebody's guard, and then also you're able to move and be efficient in your own guard. So I'm going to give you some exercises and some overall movement patterns to help your game on the mats. Let's do this. All right, so let's go over the focus points. Primarily what we want to be working on is intra-abdominal pressure, right? So core tightness. I want to make sure that I have the ability to breathe and brace properly so that I can continue my overall movement distally throughout my entire body. We also want to work on anti-rotation, anti-flexion, and anti-extension. So if you get stuck in someone's guard, right, you want to make sure that you have the ability to mainly posture up and not get your posture broken. Also, so that you're not getting swept. So you have to have that tightness in your transverse abdominals in that anti-rotation realm. We're also going to be working on flexion and extension, right? We want to be able to flex and pull people into our guard and also extend out, making sure we can break that posture or break that hold if need be, okay? Also rotation and isometrics, right? So rotation meaning if we do get stuck in a position, we want to be able to rotate our hips out or at least bump our hips if there's going to be a takedown or something along the lines of that. If I can rotate and get off that hold, I want to do so. Also, we're going to be working on isometrics so that you have the ability to be strong even in a static position. Okay, so the exercises, right? The first exercise to enhance intra-abdominal pressure is going to be a dead bug. We're going to be laying on the floor in a 90-90 position, making sure that we have good core stability and we're driving our back into the floor, and we're increasing that intra-abdominal pressure and breathing and bracing throughout our lumbar spine. Next one is going to be a shin box payloft press. Now this is kind of similar to a 50-50 guard. We're gonna have our legs externally and internally rotated, and then we're gonna come up into a glute squeeze where your hips are extended, and then from there we're gonna go ahead and do that payloft press, making sure that we have that anti-rotation set in. Next one is going to be a hanging leg raise. Now this is basically for anterior flexion. So we're going to be working the muscles of the rectus abdominals. This is going to be good just in general to pull people into our guard using the muscles of your hip flexors, your psoas complex, so that your guard is nice and strong. Okay, then we're going to be working on reverse hypers. Now this is something that's going to actually help your back. Okay, where you're going to be driving synovial fluid inside the spine. You're going to get a traction implement into there, so you're actually gaining strength in your lower back, your hamstrings, and your glutes. And then also it's a recovery method too as well, because you are pumping that fluid throughout the spine. Okay, we're also going to be working on cable transverse rotational pulls. All right, now this is mainly for that rotational strength. So we're going to grab a cable, we're going to rotate our hips through. And this is similar to if you had somebody that had your gi or something along the lines of that. You can pull out and make sure you're maintaining stability and not getting pulled into someone's guard. Okay. Next one is going to be a tall kneeling anterior iso hold. This is mainly for isometrics. So with this one, we're gonna have a band going anteriorly, wrapped around your back, and then you have to stay in your guard, making sure this is basically to help with increasing the ability to not get your posture broken while you're in someone's guard. So we're going to use an isometric component to strengthen up those muscles of the core so that you do not get your posture broken. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first off, we're going to be doing a dead bug variation. For this is to increase that intra-abdominal pressure, to give you the awareness and a neuromuscular capacity to breathe and brace into your spine, especially down in the lower abs and into the lumbar area. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay back flat, okay? We're gonna first start with our legs up in a 90 position, 90-degree angle, toes are flexed. From here, I'm gonna drive my back of the neck to the floor, okay? Arms are up, hands are facing each other. From there, I'm gonna draw down my lats, right? And then I also want to make sure I'm pressing my lower back into the floor here. So you're going to get somewhat of a posterior tilt of the hips. So we're going to go ahead and drive my belly button into my back. But from there, I'm going to take a big breath in into my diaphragm. filling up my belly and my back with air, pushing out my obliques. From there, I'm gonna take contralateral sides and I'm gonna bring my arm back with my leg goes back, but trying to drive my lower back into the floor and back up. Take a big breath in, brace down. Okay, so the main thing there is when you go to get into extension there, or flexion of the arm and extension of the leg, you want to make sure that your back stays on the floor, you don't arch and your back comes off. So that's why the premise behind the dead bug is to increase that intra-abdominal pressure, to increase that circumference around your core so that you have a better ability to brace your core as you go through any type of dynamic movement. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so now we're going to get into that shin box anti-rotation Pallof press. So you're gonna grab a band, tie it up to a post, make sure you're going external and internal rotation of the hips. The far side leg is gonna be externally rotated, the near side internally rotated. You're gonna take the far hand, grab the band, and then interlock your arms. Okay, from here, lock your lats down. You're gonna go ahead and press out first, making sure that you're bracing your obliques here and keeping that rotation stable. All right, from there, you're gonna drive your hips up, maintaining position, hips will go through, and then back down, controlled, barely touching, and then coming back up, back down, back up. Okay, if you do it right, you'll start to feel your obliques fire up. You're also getting good mobility in the hips itself. You want to do about 2 to 3 sets, somewhere around 6 to 8 repetitions each side. On to the next one. Okay, so next up for flexion, we're going to go and do the hanging leg raise to get the psoas, to get the hip flexors and the rectus abdominals. So grab a bar, very easy. We're going to drive up, hold position, lock your lats down, hollow out your body. Then from there, drive up, come down, controlled, drive. Okay, you want to do about 3 to 4 sets, somewhere around 10 to 12 repetitions. On to the next one. All right, so now we're gonna get into extension, working on the reverse hyper, right? Here's the reverse hyper machine. You can find them at Elite FTS. You can find them on Westside Barbell. All right, so this is a rogue variation one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop up on the table, you're gonna put your feet inside the loop, and then from there, we're gonna go ahead and get into that extension, working the muscles of our glutes, hamstrings, and low back. All right, here we go. Hop in, all the way up. From here, extension, flexion. Okay, as you go to pull, make sure you're using your lats, extend your body, working on the T-spine, and then all the way through the posterior chain. All right, so now we're gonna go on to the cable rotational pull. You're gonna grab a cable, you're gonna go to the lower side of the pulley, then from there, get a good manageable weight so that you can produce force and then rotate through. All right, you're gonna stagger your feet, opposite leg is back, right? So I should say the same side leg is back where you're holding on to the handle, right? Get in a good position, right? Neutral spine. From there, you're gonna reach way out. Your feet are staggered, we're gonna reach way out. Then from there, we're gonna rotate through and then back down. Rotate through, back down. Pull hard, stay tight in the core. Okay, so for the last one, it's a tall kneeling, anterior iso band hold. We're gonna grab a band, you're gonna tie it to your back. This could be a heavy band, it could be a monster band, all right? So however, as much intensity you wanna put on it, how much resistance you wanna put on it, by all means, go ahead. You can work your way up or regress down, but you're gonna take the band, you're gonna tie it down low, right? Put it up over your, or underneath your armpits, right by your arms. From there, you're gonna get in your position, right? Just like you're sitting in guard. From there, you're gonna drive up and then hold position, squeezing your glutes, engaging your abs as hard as you can, right? You're gonna hold for 20 seconds, and then back down. Go again, brace your core, squeeze your glutes, drive up, hold, then back down, 20 seconds. You can do this for 3 to 5 sets, again for 20 seconds each. All right guys, so there you have it. 6 exercises that you could utilize to help strengthen your core for grappling and BJJ. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Hit the comments down below. I'll be sure to answer them. If you like this video, hit the like button, let me know. Make sure you subscribe and also hit the notifications so you know when my videos come out. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.